Ready for an epic adventure? We're uncovering Pakistan's most incredible ancient secrets. Explore lost cities like Mohenjo-Daro. Walk through time in Taxila's ancient university and stand in awe of massive Mughal forts. From mysterious Indus Valley scripts to giant Buddhist statues and royal tombs, this is your ultimate bucket list for history and archaeology.
Pakistan's greatest archaeological discoveries of all time.
The ancient city of Mohenjo-Daro. Mohenjo-Daro, meaning Mound of the Dead, is one of the world's earliest and most meticulously planned major cities, dating back to the Indus Valley civilization around 2500 before Christ. Located in the Sindh province, this archaeological marvel was rediscovered in the 1920s, revealing a metropolis that boasted advanced urban planning far ahead of its time. The city was built on a grid pattern of streets, with sophisticated water supply and drainage systems that serviced individual homes and public baths. Structures were made of standardized, kiln-fired bricks, and the city featured a large, central public bathing pool known as the Great Bath, which may have been used for religious or ritual purification ceremonies. The absence of monumental palaces or temples suggests a society that might have been more focused on civic organization and trade than on a single powerful ruler. Archaeologists have uncovered a wealth of artifacts, including intricate seals with animal motifs and a form of undeciphered script, beautiful beadwork, and famous sculptures like the Priest King and a captivating dancing girl statuette. The city's eventual decline, around 1900 before Christ, remains a subject of debate, with theories ranging from climate change and the shifting course of the Indus River to possible invasions. Mohenjo-Daro stands as a profound testament to the ingenious and complexity of one of humanity's first civilizations, offering a priceless window into a sophisticated Bronze Age society.
The ruins of Harappa. The city of Harappa, located in Punjab, is the namesake of the entire Indus Valley civilization and was a contemporary and rival center to Mohenjo-Daro. Although the site was heavily damaged in the 19th century during the British colonial era, when its bricks were quarried for railway ballast, subsequent excavations have revealed a city of immense importance dating from 3300 to 1300 before Christ. Like Mohenjo-Daro, Harappa was a large, fortified urban center with a clear grid layout and advanced sanitation systems. Its distinct features include massive granaries, suggesting a highly organized agricultural and storage system capable of supporting a large population and facilitating trade. The craftspeople of Harappa were exceptionally skilled, producing distinctive stone seals inscribed with script and animal figures, fine terracotta pottery, and jewelry made from carnelian, gold, and steatite. The discovery of standardized weights and measures across the Indus Valley region points to a highly regulated trade network. Evidence also suggests complex social practices, including unique burial customs. The archaeological work at Harappa has been crucial in piecing together the broader narrative of the Indus Valley civilization, showing it was not a single monolithic entity, but a network of powerful and interconnected urban centers, with Harappa being one of its primary pillars of economic and administrative power for centuries.
The Buddhist monastery of Takht-i-Bahi, meaning Throne of the Water Spring, is perched on a rocky ridge in the mountains of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Takht-i-Bahi, meaning Throne of the Water Spring, is one of the most well-preserved and complete complexes of a Buddhist monastery from the early centuries Anno Domini. Founded in the 1st century before Christ, the monastery flourished under the Kushan Empire, particularly during the 1st to 5th centuries Anno Domini, and remained in use until the 7th century. The complex is a sprawling collection of monastic buildings constructed from local stone, designed in a way that perfectly adapts to the mountainous terrain. It includes a main stupa court, a cluster of smaller stupas, a meditation hall for monks, a spacious assembly hall, and residential living quarters known as the monastic cells. The site also features a unique Court of the Many Stupas, which contains numerous small votive stupas donated by pious monks and wealthy patrons. The architectural layout provides a clear picture of the daily religious and communal life of the Buddhist monks who lived and prayed there. Its remote, elevated location likely contributed to its remarkable preservation, as it escaped the large-scale destruction brought by later invaders. Takht Ibahi is an outstanding example of early Buddhist monastic architecture and serves as a powerful reminder of the time when Buddhism was a dominant faith along the trade routes of ancient Gandhara.
The rock carvings of Shatial. The Shatial site is an extensive and remarkable collection of ancient rock carvings and inscriptions located along the banks of the Indus River in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. For over a millennium, this spot served as a critical crossing point on the Silk Road, and the rocks bear witness to the countless travelers, traders, and pilgrims who passed through. The carvings date from the first millennium before Christ to the middle of the first millennium Anno Domini, and include a diverse array of images and messages. There are thousands of inscriptions in various scripts, including Kharosthi, Brahmi, Sogdian, and Chinese, left by merchants and Buddhist pilgrims from as far away as Central Asia and China. Alongside the text are numerous carved depictions of Buddhist stupas, scenes from daily life, and a rich variety of symbols. Perhaps most strikingly, the site features many pre-Buddhist carvings of ibex and other wild animals, which may have held religious or totemic significance for earlier cultures. This open-air archive provides a direct, unedited glimpse into the multicultural exchange that defined the Silk Road, showing how Shatial was not just a geographical crossing, but a cultural and linguistic melting pot, where ideas and beliefs were shared alongside goods.
The lost city of Sirkap. Sirkap is the ruins of an ancient city located in the Taxila Valley, founded by the Greco-Bactrian kings in the 2nd century before Christ, and later developed significantly under the Indo-Greek and Scythian rulers. The city was built according to the Hippodamian grid plan, a characteristic of Greek urban planning introduced to the region after the conquests of Alexander the Great. Excavations have revealed a fortified city with a main street running through its center, lined with the foundations of houses, shops, and various religious monuments. The most fascinating aspect of Sirkap is its stunning religious syncretism, where Eastern and Western cultures merged. The site contains a Zoroastrian Sun Temple, a Jain temple, and several Buddhist stupas and monasteries, all within the same urban space. One of the most notable structures is the so-called double-headed eagle stupa, which features a Greek architectural style but is decorated with a double-headed eagle, a motif with origins in ancient Anatolia and Mesopotamia. This coexistence of diverse religious structures highlights the cosmopolitan and tolerant nature of this ancient crossroads city, making Sirkap a unique archaeological record of the cultural fusion that occurred in Gandhara.
The Grand Stupa of Mohenjo-Daro. Mohenjo-Daro is an archaeological site in Taxila that is home to one of the most significant and well-preserved stupas from the Gandhara period. This Grand Stupa, believed to date from the 2nd to 5th centuries Anno Domini, was a major center for Buddhist pilgrimage and worship. The structure is monumental, with a large, solid dome built on a high square base, which worshippers would circumambulate as an act of devotion. What makes Mohenjo-Daro particularly important is the wealth of sculptural decoration that once adorned its base and surrounding chapels. Although many of the finest sculptures are now in museums, the site still conveys a sense of its former grandeur. The sculptures that were found here, depicting scenes from the life of the Buddha and various Buddhist deities, are considered masterpieces of Gandharan art, showcasing a masterful blend of classical Greek artistic techniques with Buddhist religious themes. The stupa's scale and the quality of its artwork suggest it was a highly venerated site, likely funded by wealthy and powerful patrons, and it stands as a powerful testament to the deep roots and flourishing state of Buddhism in the Taxila region.
The prehistoric cave of Sanghao. The Sanghao cave is a vital archaeological site in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa that provides a rare and continuous record of human occupation spanning tens of thousands of years. Excavations have revealed evidence of human activity from the Middle Paleolithic period around 40,000 years before Christ, associated with Neanderthals, through the Upper Paleolithic and into the Mesolithic era. The cave's inhabitants were Stone Age hunter-gatherers, and the site has yielded a rich assemblage of stone tools, including finely worked flint blades, scrapers, and burins. In later layers, evidence of more settled communities emerges, including animal domestication and the use of bone tools. The discovery of a buried child with a ceremonial red ochre offering provides a poignant glimpse into the spiritual beliefs and funerary practices of these ancient people. Sanghao Cave is therefore a critical site for understanding the deep prehistory of South Asia, charting the technological and cultural evolution of early humans as they transition from nomadic lifestyles to the beginnings of settled society in this region.
The port city of Banbur. Banbur, located on the banks of the Indus River Delta in Sindh, is a site of immense historical significance with a layered past. It is widely believed by many archaeologists to be the site of the ancient port city of Dibal, the first place in the Indian subcontinent to be conquered by Muslim Arabs in the early 8th century Anno Domini. However, its history stretches much further back, with evidence of a Scytho-Parthian city from the 1st century before Christ, and continuous habitation through the Sasanian period. The site features a massive fortified citadel with stone walls, gateways, and the remains of a grand mosque, one of the earliest in the region, dating from the 8th century. Excavations have uncovered a wealth of artifacts from different eras, including Hindu statues, Chinese porcelain, and Islamic coins, reflecting its long role as a major international port connecting the subcontinent with the Arab world and beyond. Banbur represents a crucial chapter in the history of Pakistan, marking the point where Islamic culture first took root in the region, while also telling the story of a thriving mercantile city that adapted and survived through multiple empires and cultural shifts.
The Mughal fort of Lahore, or Shahi Qila, is a magnificent citadel in the heart of Lahore, Punjab, whose foundations date back to antiquity, but whose current majestic form is a masterpiece of Mughal architecture from the 16th and 17th centuries Anno Domini. While not a single discovery, as it was never truly lost, its continuous archaeological and restoration work reveals new layers of its grand history. Emperor Akbar the Great rebuilt the fort in brick and stone in the 1560s Anno Domini, and it was later lavishly embellished by his successors Jahangir, Shah Jahan, and Aurangzeb. The fort is a sprawling complex of palaces, halls, and gardens, including the iconic Sheesh Mahal, or Palace of Mirrors, a breathtaking structure adorned with intricate mirrorwork, the majestic Alamgiri Gate, built by Aurangzeb, and the beautifully decorated Naulaka Pavilion. Each structure within the fort is a testament to the zenith of Mughal artistic and architectural achievement, blending Persian, Islamic, and local Indian influences. The Lahore fort is not just a military stronghold, it is a symbol of the immense power, wealth, and cultural sophistication of the Mughal Empire at its peak, standing as a living museum of a glorious imperial past.
The Sun Temple of Multan. The ancient Sun Temple of Multan was one of the most famous and wealthiest Hindu places of pilgrimage in the Indian subcontinent before its destruction. Described in detail by early Arab historians and Chinese travelers like Xuanzang in the 7th century Anno Domini, the temple was dedicated to Surya, the sun god. It was a grand structure, renowned for its idol of the god, which was made of solid gold and adorned with precious stones, with 2 large red rubies for eyes. The temple attracted devotees from across the land, and its immense wealth was legendary. While the physical structure was destroyed in the course of history, most noticeably by later invasions, its historical and cultural significance is profound. The site and the detailed accounts of it provide crucial evidence of the vibrant and dominant presence of Hinduism in the southern Punjab region for centuries before the arrival of Islam. The memory of the Sun Temple underscores the multi-religious fabric of ancient Pakistan and the region's importance as a major center for religious devotion and economic activity.
The Graveyard of Chaukhandi Tombs. The Chaukhandi tombs are an extraordinary and unique necropolis located near Karachi, Sindh, dating from the 15th to the 18th centuries, Anno Domini. These tombs are the burial places of Chokyo and Baluch tribesmen, warriors and nobles, and are renowned for their distinctive funerary architecture which is not found anywhere else in the world. The tombs are constructed from finely carved yellow sandstone slabs stacked in a pyramidal fashion. The most striking feature is their exquisite surface decoration, which is carved in a style resembling intricate embroidery or woodwork, featuring motifs of jewelry, weapons, animals, and geometric patterns. The tombs are often topped with a turban-like stone, signifying the status of the deceased. The craftsmanship is incredibly detailed and sophisticated, reflecting the social status and identity of the individuals buried within. The Chaukhandi tombs are not just a cemetery, they are an open-air museum of a unique vernacular art form, representing the cultural values, artistic skills, and social hierarchies of the tribes that inhabited the Sindh region during the medieval period.
The ancient mounds of Mehrgarh. Mehrgarh is one of the most important archaeological sites in the world, located in Balochistan, and represents the earliest evidence of farming and herding in South Asia, dating back to 7000 before Christ. This site provides a continuous sequence of occupation for over 5,000 years, effectively showing the Neolithic revolution in action. The transition from hunter-gatherer societies to settled agricultural villages. The earliest settlers at Mehrgarh lived in mud brick houses, cultivated barley and wheat, and domesticated animals like sheep, goats, and cattle. They were also remarkably advanced craftspeople, creating fine, wheel-turned pottery, and most notably, some of the world's earliest cotton. The site has yielded evidence of sophisticated dental practices, with drilled teeth found on several skeletons. As the centuries passed, the society grew more complex, with evidence of craft specialization, including bead making and metallurgy. Mehrgarh is fundamentally the precursor to the great Indus Valley civilization. It shows the gradual development of the technologies, economic practices, and social organization that would later culminate in the great cities of Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa, making it the foundational site for South Asian civilization.
The Kushan city of Barikot. Barikot, located in the Swat Valley, is an ancient urban center that has been continuously inhabited for over 3,000 years. Known in ancient times as Bazira, it was a strategically important city
for the Macedonian army of Alexander the Great, who captured it in 327 before Christ. The city later flourished under the Kushan Empire from the 1st to 3rd centuries Anno Domini, serving as a key administrative and economic hub. Recent excavations have revealed a fortified acropolis, a lower town, and a Buddhist sacred area, providing a complete picture of a Gandharan city. The discoveries include a Hindu temple from the Shahi period, built atop the earlier Greek and Kushan rares, showing the city's long and diverse religious history. The site has yielded a wealth of artifacts, including coins, inscriptions, and pottery from Greek, Kushan, and Hindu periods. Barikot's immense significance lies in its long stratified history, offering archaeologists a clear timeline of the rise and fall of empires in this strategically vital valley, from the Bronze Age to the Islamic era.
The giant Buddha of Swat. The Swat Valley, ancient Udiana, was once a great center of Buddhism, and one of its most impressive remnants is the colossal seated Buddha statue carved into a mountain cliff at Jahanabad. This monumental sculpture, standing over 20 feet tall, dates from around the 7th century Anno Domini and is a masterpiece of Gandharan rock-cut art. The Buddha is depicted in a serene, meditative posture, and the scale and skill of the carving would have made it a powerful and awe-inspiring object of devotion for pilgrims traveling through the valley. The statue was tragically damaged by militants in 2007, but a major restoration project was successfully completed by Italian archaeologists using original fragments and anastylosis techniques to reconstruct the figure. The giant Buddha of Swat is more than an ancient artifact. It is a symbol of resilience and the rich Buddhist heritage of the region. Its restoration represents a victory for cultural preservation and a reaffirmation of the valley's historical identity as a peaceful land of learning and faith.
The Shahi Mosque of Bambor. Within the ancient city of Bambor, the discovery of one of the earliest mosques in South Asia is of monumental importance. This mosque, built in the 8th century Anno Domini, shortly after the Arab conquest of Debal, is a simple yet powerful structure. It follows a hypostyle plan, with a rectangular prayer hall supported by numerous pillars, and a central courtyard. Its construction, using stones from older, pre-Islamic buildings, speaks to the transitional nature of the period. This mosque is a physical landmark of a pivotal moment in history, the introduction of Islam to the Indian subcontinent. It represents the new religious and cultural order that would come to shape the region for the next millennium. For worshippers and historians alike, the mosque at Bambor is a foundational site, marking the very beginning of the Islamic period in Pakistan's history, and showcasing the early architectural styles brought by the Arab settlers.
The Stone Age Workshop of Rahmandiri. Rahmandiri, located in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, is one of the oldest planned urban settlements in South Asia, dating back to around 3300 before Christ, making it a precursor to the Indus Valley civilization. The site is characterized by its clear, rectangular layout, with a defensive wall and a network of streets dividing the town into blocks, indicating a high level of social organization and central planning from a very early date. Excavations have uncovered evidence of specialized craft production, including workshops for making stone tools and beads. The discovery of a large number of clay ceilings with geometric impressions suggests an early form of administrative control over goods and trade. Rahmandiri provides a crucial link between the earlier agricultural villages like Mehergar and the later, fully developed cities of the Indus Valley. It shows the gradual process of urbanization, where small villages evolved into larger, more complex towns with specialized economies and organized leadership, setting the stage for the rise of one of the world's first great civilizations.
The royal tombs of Mughal necropolis. The Mughal necropolis near Thatta in Sindh is one of the largest funerary sites in the world, spanning over 4 centuries from the 14th to the 18th centuries Anno Domini. Spread over nearly 10 square kilometers, it contains over 1 million tombs and graves of kings, queens, scholars, soldiers and saints from the Samma, Arghun, Tarkhan and Mughal dynasties. The site is an immense open-air museum of architecture, with tombs built in a stunning variety of styles, from the elaborate stone carvings of the Samma period to the glazed tile work of the Mughal era. The monuments range from simple, unmarked graves to immense ornate mausoleums with intricate geometric designs, floral patterns, and calligraphic inscriptions from the Quran. The necropolis reflects the theological, social, and aesthetic evolution of Sindh over centuries, showcasing a unique blend of Islamic, Persian, Central Asian, and Indian architectural influences. Mughal is not a place of death, but a celebration of the lives, beliefs, and artistic achievements of the people who shaped the history of the lower Indus Valley.
The Mughal capital of Shah Jahan's Thatta. The historic city of Thatta in Sindh served as the capital of 3 successive dynasties and reached its zenith during the 16th and 17th centuries Anno Domini under the Mughal Empire. While the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan is most famous for building the Taj Mahal, he also bestowed significant architectural patronage upon Thatta as a reward for the city's loyalty. The most magnificent building from this period is the Shah Jahan Mosque, completed in 1647 Anno Domini. This mosque is a global masterpiece of tile work, featuring a vast collection of individually crafted glazed tiles in stunning blue, white, and yellow hues, arranged in intricate geometric and floral patterns that cover every surface of the building. The mosque's acoustics and its collection of 93 domes are also engineering marvels. Thatta as a whole, with its Mughal-era monuments, represents a golden age of art and architecture in Sindh, showcasing the province's importance within the wider Mughal Empire and the incredible skill of its local craftsmen.
The prehistoric settlement of Kot Diji, located in Sindh, is a key archaeological site that represents the early formative stage of the Indus Valley civilization, dating from 3300 to 2600 before Christ. It is considered a precursor to the major urban centers and provides crucial evidence of the transition from regional cultures to a unified, widespread civilization. The site features a massive stone and mud brick defensive wall and a citadel, indicating a concern for security and the emergence of centralized authority. The pottery and artifacts found at Kot Diji show a distinct style that gradually evolved into the standardized styles seen at Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa. Evidence of a widespread fire at the end of its early phase has led to theories about conflict or a sudden disruption. Kot Diji is therefore a vital piece of the puzzle, helping archaeologists understand the processes that led to the integration of the Indus Valley culture, showing that the path to civilization was complex and involved the rise and fall of earlier powerful regional centers.
The ancient University of Taxila. The Taxila Valley was home to a world-renowned center of learning, often referred to as one of the earliest universities in the world, which flourished from the 6th century before Christ to the 5th century Anno Domini. Unlike a modern university with a single campus, it was a diffuse network of monasteries and individual teachers spread across the valley, attracting students from as far as China, Central Asia, and other parts of India. The curriculum was incredibly diverse, encompassing the study of Buddhism, medicine, astronomy, mathematics, philosophy, and political science.
The most famous text on statecraft, the Arthashastra, is said to have been composed by Chanakya, a teacher at Taxila. Sites like the Jolian Monastery and Mohra Malyaran were part of this great scholarly tradition. This university made Taxila a beacon of knowledge and intellectual exchange for over 1,000 years, a place where different philosophical and scientific traditions met and cross-fertilized, leaving an indelible mark on the intellectual history of Asia.
The Persian fort of Ranikot. Ranikot Fort in Sindh is a massive fortification with a circumference of approximately 26 kilometers, making it one of the largest forts in the world. Often called the Great Wall of Sindh, its origins are shrouded in mystery. Though most archaeologists believe it was first constructed in the Sasanian Persian period, around the 5th century Anno Domini, and later expanded and modified by the Tolpur Mirs in the early 19th century. The fort's immense, undulating walls, built from sandstone and gypsum, snake across the hills of the Kurthar Range, enclosing a barren landscape. Its purpose remains debated. It may have been a military garrison, a safe haven for rulers in times of invasion, or a symbol of power. Within its walls lie smaller forts like the citadel of Miri Kot and a prehistoric archaeological site. Ranikot's sheer scale and enigmatic history capture the imagination, representing the immense ambition and defensive capabilities of the empires and rulers who controlled this strategic region.
The Zoroastrian Tower of Silence at Mahari. In the mountainous region of Sindh, near the town of Mahari, lies a well-preserved Zoroastrian Dakma, or Tower of Silence, dating from the medieval period. This circular, raised stone structure was used by the Zoroastrian community, likely Persian traders or local converts, for their funerary rites. According to Zoroastrian tradition, a dead body is considered unclean, and to avoid contaminating the sacred elements of earth, fire, or water, it was placed on top of the tower to be exposed to the sun and scavenging birds. The discovery of this tower is significant evidence of the religious diversity of medieval Sindh, showing that Zoroastrianism, an ancient Persian religion, was practiced in the region alongside Hinduism, Buddhism, and Islam. It provides a tangible connection to the cultural and trade links between the Indian subcontinent and the Persian world, and offers insight into the unique mortuary practices of a faith that is little understood in this part of the world.
The Kushan Temple of Jandial. The Jandial Temple, located just outside the ancient city of Sirkap in Taxila, is a remarkable and nearly complete example of a classical Greek temple in South Asia. Built around the 1st century before Christ, it is a clear testament to the enduring Hellenistic influence in the region long after Alexander the Great. The temple's design is purely Greek, featuring a classic cella, inner chamber, a pronaos, porch, and an opisthotomos, rear room, all surrounded by massive Ionic columns. Archaeologists believe it was likely a Zoroastrian fire temple, built by the Persian-speaking Parthians or Scythians, who had adopted Greek architectural styles. The presence of such a purely non-Buddhist, Western-style religious structure in the heart of Gandhara highlights the incredible cultural and religious syncretism of the time. The Jandial Temple stands as a stark and beautiful anomaly, a piece of ancient Greece transplanted onto the Indian landscape, symbolizing the complex fusion of East and West.
The ancient cave of Miri Kalat. The caves of Miri Kalat in Balochistan contain a treasure trove of rock art that provides a visual narrative of human life in the region, from the Paleolithic era through the Bronze Age and into the historical period. The paintings and carvings, executed in red ochre and other pigments, depict a wide range of subjects, including scenes of hunting, with figures using bows and arrows to pursue wild goats and cattle.
images of domesticated animals, and abstract symbols that may have held religious or magical significance. Some of the later paintings even show warriors on horseback. This extensive gallery offers a direct window into the minds and daily lives of prehistoric communities, illustrating their relationship with the environment, their technological advancements, and their evolving spiritual beliefs. Miri Kalat is an invaluable archive, preserving a record of cultural continuity and change in a region that has been a crossroads for millennia.
The Buddhist monastery of Jolian. Jolian, meaning seat of the saints, is a well-preserved Buddhist monastery and stupa complex located in Taxila, dating from the 2nd to 5th centuries Anno Domini during the peak of the Kushan Empire. Built on a hilltop, the monastery consists of a central courtyard surrounded by 28 small meditation cells for monks, a large assembly hall, and a kitchen. The site is renowned for the exquisite stucco sculptures that once adorned its stupas. These sculptures, depicting the Buddha and scenes from his previous lives, Jataka tales, are some of the finest examples of Gandharan art. The level of detail and the expressive faces of the figures demonstrate a high degree of artistic skill and devotion. A unique feature of Jolian is a small, dark underground chamber, possibly used for meditation or to store sacred relics. The monastery was destroyed by the White Huns in 5th century, but its ruins continue to convey a powerful sense of the peaceful, scholarly, and devout life that once flourished there.
The Shahi Fort of Bala Hisar. The Bala Hisar Fort in Peshawar is one of the city's most ancient landmarks, a site that has been a seat of power for countless rulers, from the Kushan Empire and the Hindu Shahis to the Mughals, Sikhs, and the British Raj. The name, meaning High Fort in Persian, aptly describes its commanding position. While the current structure largely dates from the 19th century, its foundations are ancient, and excavations within the fort have revealed layers of occupation going back over 2 millennia. It served as the royal residence for the Afghan Durrani Empire in the 18th century. The fort has witnessed countless battles and has been a central point of administration and control for every power that has sought to rule the strategically vital Peshawar Valley. Bala Hisar is not just a fort, it is a physical embodiment of Peshawar's long and turbulent history, a silent witness to the rise and fall of empires that have shaped the destiny of the region.
The ancient dam of Gabarbans. Scattered across the hills of Balochistan and Sindh are the remains of numerous ancient water management structures known as Gabarbans. These are stone and earth dams built across seasonal streams and rivers dating from the Indus Valley civilization and even earlier periods. Their purpose was to conserve precious rainwater, control flooding, and recharge groundwater, allowing for agriculture in an otherwise arid environment. Some of these dams are quite sophisticated, with spillways and sluice gates to regulate water flow. The widespread construction of Gabarbans demonstrates the advanced hydrological engineering knowledge of the ancient inhabitants of the region. They were a critical component of the agricultural economy that supported the growth of early villages and eventually great cities. These structures are a testament to the ingenuity of ancient societies in adapting to and managing their environment, a legacy of sustainable water management that remains relevant today. The Mughal Garden of Wah. The Wah Gardens, located near Taxila, are considered one of the finest examples of Mughal garden design in Pakistan. Originally established by Emperor Akbar in the 16th century, they were later developed and beloved by his son Jahangir, who mentioned their beauty in his memoirs. The gardens are a classic example of the Persian Char Bagh layout, a quadrilateral garden divided by walkways and water channels into 4 smaller parts, symbolizing the Islamic paradise. What makes Wa special is its perfect integration with the natural landscape, using the natural springs and gradient of the land to create a series of cascading pools, fountains, and waterfalls. The site includes pavilions, bathhouses, and a grand baradari, or pavilion with 12 doors, where the emperor would relax. The gardens of Wa represent the Mughal ideal of creating a terrestrial paradise, a place of refined beauty, cool breezes, and flowing water, showcasing the empire's mastery over landscape architecture.
The Rock Edicts of Mansehra. In the town of Mansehra, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, a set of large rock boulders bear inscriptions of the Edicts of Asoka, the great Mauryan emperor who ruled most of the Indian subcontinent in the 3rd century before Christ. After a bloody conquest of the nearby region of Kalinga, Ashoka embraced Buddhism and the principle of Dhamma, or righteousness. He had his edicts carved onto rocks and pillars across his empire to propagate his new philosophy of non-violence, religious tolerance, and moral governance. The Mansehra edicts, written in the ancient Prakrit language using the Kharosti script, advise his subjects to respect their parents, be generous to priests, and abstain from killing living beings. The discovery of these edicts is profoundly significant as it marks the northernmost extent of Ashoka's empire and provides direct evidence of his influence in the Gandhara region. They are a powerful historical record of one of history's most remarkable transformations, from a ruthless conqueror to a pacifist ruler, and his attempt to administer an empire based on ethical principles.
Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.